Okay, my friends, so welcome to polishing a TURD under 60 minutes. I have a couple pads ready. I have my cordless Rupes polisher right here. I'm gonna polish this under 60 minutes. This is not a super deep paint correction. Regardless, the goal is to polish this whole car under 60 minutes. So the car is already prepped up. It's ready to be polished. So let's get into it, all right? All right, so I'm pretty beat up. I just got done detailing this whole thing inside and out. And the interior, I did the extractor, so it was a pretty intensive job. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm not gonna tell you the technique, just you can just watch and do what I do to make this as efficient as possible. Time is rolling. Put that here. So 13 panel. So 13 panel, 60 minutes, about 4 minutes per panel. And I'm leaving some extra time to wipe off the polish. No pressure, this is all clear coat, so we don't want to be aggressive on it. This is why I'm using yellow and orange pads. You don't want to remove clear coat, we just want to gloss this up. Okay, almost 4 minutes. The challenge here is going to be moving the camera as I go. So guys, don't go anywhere. We're gonna show you the after shots outside in the bright sun. Checking under my pad if we're pulling paint right. This is almost a 20 years old car. So I'm not doing crosshatch, guys. Not sure if you can hear me well, but I'll try to talk through the process. So this is a 2007, if I'm not mistaken, so really old. Clear coat is filling in some areas, so we want to be careful with this, right? There's some raw spots, there's some dents, a bunch of defects. We're not gonna get out the picture. This is just to gloss it up, not paint correction. The owner doesn't care about paint correction, right? You just wanna make this pop, remove oxidation, and that's it. About 2 passes should be enough to achieve that. All right. So we're 8 minutes in. I got the 2 largest panels done. So 13 panels. So each side you got 2 doors, 2 fender. So that's 8 panels. You got the roof, the hood, that's 10. The 2 bumpers, that's 12. And the trunk, that's 13. I got about 7 pads. And a polish that won't dry off in the process, that won't dust. And as you can see, I'm not wiping off after each panel. I'll keep an eye on it and I'll wipe off when I feel it's time. If I can wait until the end, I would like to do that. But I'll probably wipe it off halfway. Most likely to keep an eye on this clear coat, right? There's no red on my pad, no problem as of yet. So we're done with this. We'll come back to the trunk lid. Just want to avoid lowering the camera. Okay, so added some. There's a big rust spots here that I want to avoid. A lot of people are telling the guys online that this polisher stalls a lot. It can stall if you don't handle it right. If you master this machine, it won't stall up that bad. That means you need more practice. I don't care who you are. You need to learn how to balance that machine. It won't stall as much as you think. Okay. Okay, we keep rolling. I have enough battery in my camera, enough room on my memory card. Should be all right. You'll be surprised how fast you can get results with a machine, a good pad and a good polish. You don't need to spend 30 minutes per panel to get good gloss and remove layer of oxidation. So I'm not doing crisscross, I'm just following the body curves. But mainly following my gut. Okay? So we're gonna go on the other side. I wanna avoid adjusting my camera height. So we'll do the lower parts of the car at the same time when I can lower the camera. I'm about to change pad real quick soon. Okay, I'm down 3 pads already. That's the 4th. That way I don't clean the pad at all, I just switch. And here I did a mistake. I kind of sprayed my polish in that panel gap. I'll take care of this with a microfiber later. So the trigger lock on this machine is way different than on the Mark III. It needs some use to. The only thing I'm not gonna polish is the glass. I'll do the glass off camera real quick. Polishing glass is optional, but I'll always do it. But I don't consider it the regular polishing step, just for the sake of this video, okay? So when the machine stalls in the valley, you just keep going through it, and you're gonna get polishing in that gap, in that valley, regardless. Okay, so now I can lower the camera. We're left with the fenders and the doors. Okay guys, we're at 17 minutes. I got, what is it? 3 pads plus 3 new pads and 1 on my machine. And we have 2 front doors. Oh no, we got 4 doors to do and 2 fenders, the front fenders only. And we're gonna have the bumpers and some part of the trunk lid. Spray polish like this. Can be a mess sometimes with the spray polish. If you use it like I just did, it's better to spray in the pad, obviously. But compound and polish can be a mess, right? At least for me, it's like cooking, right? When I'm cooking, there's some on the floor, there's some everywhere. You just clean up afterwards. You try to work as clean as possible, but when you're in the action, sometimes that'll happen. Oh, come on. And guys, if you're polishing, you're a beginner polisher, please get yourself a rolling seat. That's very important to save your knees and your back. Obviously, this little piece here, I'll go tilt the machine. It's not going to be the nicest work, but yeah, it's probably better with a rotary or a 3-inch polisher and some finishing. But like I said, this is not finishing, this is just a 1-hour polish. Just to show you that it can be done. And it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Most daily driver people would be happy with this type of results. Of course, this is not what I'm looking for. This is just for the sake of this video, right? Grab the polish a little bit more. And we're not going to polish this. You can see the clear coat failure, it's pretty bad. So yeah. And by the way, you should keep the windows up, the windows closed. You don't want to have sling going inside the car, dust, all that kind of thing. I'm just forgot to close it because the interior is still drying. So whatever. Let's keep going. Good, good, good. Just one more pass at the bottom. Okay, can we switch pad? No, one more panel. Okay. Like this. Looks so cool. Can you do that? You can. You can do whatever you want. Can you tilt the DA like a rotary? Sure you can. Old. It's been sitting in the cabinet for a long time. Okay, we're at 26 minutes. So we're more than halfway in our process. And more than halfway in our process. And we're about less than 30 minutes in. This pad is very, very soft. It's like similar to Lake Country black pad. That won't cut too much. I won't cut at all. In fact, probably just gonna gloss it up, right? That's the whole point of this. And maybe you can see, maybe not in here, we have some clear coat filler, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. And I'll do the headlights and the glass off camera after this whole process, since I'm not usually don't want to include this in a 1 hour compound, right? But just for the sake of the video, we're keeping it simple. Speed 4. Guys, of course, polishing under an hour is not going to be sexy. It's not going to be pretty. That's the name of the game, right? You're going to be blowing through the panel. But when you know what you're doing, you can still get amazing results. So this is pretty much going to be an uncut video, but if there's too much, so this is pretty much going to be an uncut video, but if there's too much shaking when I'm moving the camera, I'm just going to cut those part off, all right? This car is so old. You don't want to spend too much time in there. You're not going to make a big difference. You're not going to correct anything, right? So keep that in mind. And the front bumper is so low to the ground. No one looks at it, especially on this type of car. So don't spend too much time there. The Stone Chip CD. Speed 4. Oh, is that my battery? I just heard the machine changing pace. We're at 2 green light on 4. The machine has slowed down. We're gonna up the power to keep the same pace. We're picking up some black, not sure from where, maybe the paint. Although I did a decon and I use a strong soap, I clayed it. Still picking up something. And there's no rubber on that panel, I'm not so sure. Maybe there was some tar. And this car goes through rust proofing every year, so that might be that. I'm gonna cancel the focus here, the tracking, okay? This car is gonna be shiny, my friend. Is this machine stalling? This CarPro pad is pretty nice. I haven't used that in years. It's very smooth, very soft pad, but there's a hard backing there. Helps keeping the pad from collapsing. So that's very, very nice. So let's say instead of 1 hour, I had 2 hours. I would do the same process, but I would spend time on the panels that the owner is gonna look at the most. So that would be the hood, probably. Spend more time on the hood, the trunk, and all the areas above the doors, the door handles. That's a good tip for you guys at home. And it gets you closer. Let me go get the phone just to keep you on the loop when it comes to timing. So we're at 38 minutes. 38 minutes. I have basically the rear bumper and some of the trunk lid at the back to finish off. we're gonna have to wipe off that polish. Guys, if you keep your elbows on your knees and your back somewhat straight, you can just polish like this all day long. You're not using your arms or your shoulders that much. All right, so it's pretty grimy, right? Okay, so we're gonna change pads. I'll be left with one pad that I haven't used. Okay, is it good? Okay, so I have to do the trunk lid and the rear bumper. Not a huge fan of the Rupes pads, but they came with the kit of the polisher, so might as well put them to work. Where can I prime this? I'm gonna prime this here. Just to not have splatter. Okay. What you could do is pop the trunk and do that as you stand, and maybe get the bumper out of the way to get a better access at the bottom. That's what I usually do, but for this process it won't matter that much. It's really too intricate to use a big pad on a DA, so we'll just go, we'll do the best as we can. Okay, so I just switched the camera sides. Since I use my left arm a lot, I was thinking maybe it was in the way of the camera. Oh, the battery is slowing down that polisher quite a lot. You can even hear it. So we're at, yeah, we're pretty much empty. What time is it? Let me go check. So my polisher battery is pretty much dead at 46 minutes. So we're gonna have almost finished with this rear bumper. I switch battery regardless. New battery, so I want to have at least 10 minutes to wipe this off. So we're still good on time, but let's go. So this piece is really not ideal with the tail light, which is really bumpy, and I have the bumper in the way here, so this part is really neglected the way we're doing it right now. We're at 49 minutes. Just want to do that lower part. And guys, I can tell you it won't matter. This license plate was hand painted, and you even have some transfer blue paint here. So I can tell you that the owner was not gonna care. Okay. So let's go ahead. Okay guys, so we have the whole car polished. We're at 50 minutes in, which is really reasonable. And I'm left with one clean pad that I'm gonna put away. This was a brand new pad, so better off not using it for this car. And in here I have a rinseless solution. So with a microfiber towel, obviously. So I'm gonna wring that, wipe off the polish with it. And we should be all right. It's gonna be easier. You're just basically gonna wipe down the whole car. And I have a twisted loop towel here to make an efficient final drying buff off, right? Oh, the paint cleaned up pretty good. We're still having a bunch of scratches, right? But the gloss came back. We removed quite a bit of scratches by doing just this 1 hour polish. So I'll show you later how it looks. Okay, let me get the clock. Oh boy. 1 hour and almost 2 minutes. Too much talking. That's okay, that's okay. We took some breaks. So 1 hour and 2 minutes. Let's run it up to 1 hour. I spoke in the beginning. I took some breaks to explain some of the things. And obviously the wipe off is done as well. So ready to go. Take a good look at the seats. We had stains, we had dirt stuck in there. So now it looks proper, deep clean with the extractor. Remember, it's a 2010.
Alright guys, so what do we have? We're not going to be able to fix everything obviously, so we have some paint transfer here. Actually this is some paint transfer and scratch top. So the yellow is from whatever this car hit. And then we have a bunch of oxidation around the lights. We have some grease from the rust proofing process that the owner goes to every year. The bumper here, the lip is cracked. We have oxidation on the paint as well. We have some really bad oxidized black plastic trim around the windshield wipers. And then we have failed clear coat on the mirror. Next up, we have some heavy dirt accumulation, right? And then we have a dent in the door. Where is it? And then we have some more rust-proofing grease, some heavy dirt on the rocker. The wheels and tires, well, those are just caps, right? But they're gonna get cleaned up. They're pretty bad, they never get cleaned. The tires are trash as it gets, right? We have some paint that came up from a scuff here or something like that, which is rusting right now. Next up, we have a deeper scratch here. Some more dirt. The paint is pretty swelled up, which is to be expected. We have some dead bug inside the car. Next up, we have some really nasty bumper in the back that we're gonna have to take care of. And then you have a big dent right there, which we're not gonna pull out, right? And the roof has been scratched up as well. Here. Something landed on the roof at some point, right? People putting stuff on their rooftop. And look at the tire again. Those are Tiger Paws. So never heard of that brand. I'm guessing this is some China stuff. The brand is Royal actually, and the model is Tiger Paws. So the tires are pretty shot, guys. They're finished. They're right at the mark. So again, the clear coat on this is really old. More dent around the door handle, just right here. The glass are dirty inside and out. The interior needs a really good extraction or a deep clean, right? Alright guys, so we have made a huge transformation on this car regardless of its real deep problems, but check out the glass, check out how it looks. We have reached a better depth in the paint. We have removed a bunch of defects, although we did only 1 hour polish. But look at the trim here, the plastic trim. I have applied the DIY Restore and Protect on it. The glass looks perfect. It's protected by a sealant. It was polished as well. The interior is better than new, although she needs a new floor mats, but the seats and the carpets have been extracted with hot water. The plastic are deep clean. The glass are top notch. It smells fresh in there, so we did the back as well. The back looks brand new. All the carpets are properly done. Look at that good gloss.